everyone. It seems like everywhere you turn these days, there's a new superfood promising amazing health benefits.
Right. It can be tough to know what to believe.
It really can. That's why today we're doing a deep dive into the top 10 superfoods to separate the facts from the hype.
Exactly. We're going to break down the science behind these foods and help you understand how to actually benefit from them.
Sounds good to me. And it's important to remember that any top 10 list like this has its limitations.
Oh, for sure. What works for one person might not work for another.
Absolutely. We'll be sure to keep that in mind as we go through the list. But I gotta say, I'm already intrigued because the number 1 superfood might surprise you.
Oh, is that right? Well, let's not keep people in suspense. What's the number 10?
Okay, kicking things off at number 10, we have blueberries. Those tiny blue gems that we've all heard are good for our brains.
Yeah, blueberries are a classic superfood. And for good reason. They're packed with antioxidants.
But what makes them so special for brain health? I mean, we hear that a lot about different foods.
Well, blueberries are particularly rich in a type of antioxidant called anthocyanins. And get this, studies have shown that these anthocyanins can actually cross the blood-brain barrier.
Wait, really? So they're not just hanging out in our bloodstream, they're actually getting into our brains?
Exactly. They act like little bodyguards for our brain cells, protecting them from damage caused by free radicals.
So they're basically preventing our brains from rusting.
That's a great analogy. Think of free radicals as like little rust particles attacking your cells, and antioxidants like those anthocyanins come in and they're like, nope, not today.
That's amazing. So it's not just about blueberries being good for our brains, it's about how they actively protect them from damage.
Exactly. And that protection can have some pretty impressive effects on cognitive function as we age.
Like what? Give me an example.
Well, one study actually showed that regular blueberry consumption could delay cognitive decline by up to 2.5 years.
Wow, 2.5 years. That's pretty compelling evidence to start adding blueberries to my diet.
Right. Even a small handful a day can make a difference.
I'm sold. All right, moving on to number 9, we have another familiar face in the health world, salmon.
Ah, yes, the king of omega-3s.
Exactly. It's always praised for those healthy fats. But what makes omega-3s so special? What do they actually do in our bodies?
Well, first of all, omega-3s are essential fats, meaning our bodies can't make them on their own, so we need to get them from food.
Got it. So we got to eat them to reap the benefits.
Exactly. And salmon is one of the best sources out there, especially for 2 specific types of omega-3s called DHA and EPA. And those are the ones that are linked to the most potent brain benefits.
Interesting. So it's not just any omega-3s. We're talking about specific types. Is that why salmon is always touted as brain food?
You got it.
Yeah.
DHA is actually a major structural component of our brain cells.
Really? So our brains are partly made of the stuff found in salmon. That's wild.
It is pretty amazing when you think about it. And that's why DHA is so crucial for things like memory, learning, and even mood regulation.
Oh yeah, the research mentioned a connection to mood too, right?
That's right. There's growing evidence that omega-3s, particularly EPA, play a role in mood balance and could even be helpful for managing mild depression.
Okay, so not a cure-all, but another piece of the puzzle when it comes to mental well-being.
Precisely. So salmon, good for your heart, good for your brain, potentially good for your mood.
It's not to love? Well, maybe the fishy taste for some people. What if you're not a fan of fish? Are there other ways to get those omega-3s?
Definitely. There are some good plant-based sources like flax seeds and walnuts. They contain a type of omega-3 called ALA, which your body can convert into EPA and DHA.
Okay, so there are options even if you're not a seafood enthusiast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's worth noting that the conversion rate from ALA to EPA and DHA isn't super efficient. So if you're relying solely on plant sources, you might want to talk to your doctor about supplementation.
Good advice. All right, let's move on to number 8 on our list, spinach.
Ah, the classic leafy green.
I feel like we all grew up hearing about how good spinach is for us, but what makes it stand out from all the other leafy greens? Why is it considered a superfood?
Well, spinach is like the overachiever of the vegetable world. It's absolutely loaded with vitamins A, C, and K, along with folate, iron, and magnesium.
Wow, that's a whole lot of nutrients packed into one leafy green.
Right, and that combination of nutrients makes it a true powerhouse for everything from supporting your immune system to building strong bones.
I remember reading in the research that spinach is especially good for athletes. Is there a connection there?
There is. Spinach contains nitrates, which our bodies convert into nitric oxide.
Nitric oxide. Okay, remind me what that does.
Nitric oxide helps to relax blood vessels, which improves blood flow and oxygen delivery to your muscles.
Ah, I see. So it's basically helping your muscles get the fuel they need to perform at their best.
That's a great way to put it. So spinach isn't just for Popeye anymore.
Exactly. It's for anyone looking to boost their nutrient intake and support their overall health. All right, coming in at number 7, we have a food that's been both praised and demonized over the years. Eggs.
Ah, yes, the incredible edible egg. They've definitely had their fair share of controversy.
They have, but the research we looked at highlights just how nutritious they really are.
Oh, absolutely. They're a fantastic source of high-quality protein.
Meaning
they contain all 9 essential amino acids that our bodies need.
Oh, right. Essential amino acids, those are the building blocks of protein that we can't produce ourselves.
Exactly. And eggs are a great way to make sure you're getting all of them.
And there's one nutrient in eggs that's particularly important for brain health.
Yeah, I'm talking about choline. It's crucial for brain development and function, especially memory and cognitive process.
That's the one. And I read that many people don't actually get enough choline in their diets. But just one large egg provides about a third of the choline we need daily.
Yep, it's a really good source. Plus, eggs are packed with other brain-boosting nutrients like vitamins B12 and D.
And antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin, which are good for our eyes.
Don't forget those. It's amazing how one food can be so versatile and have such a wide range of benefits.
Agreed. You can enjoy them for any meal of the day. Okay, moving on to number 6, we have nuts. A snack that's both satisfying and super healthy.
Nuts are a great source of healthy fats, fiber, and protein, making them a perfect snack to keep you feeling full and energized.
Yeah, they're definitely one of my go-to snacks. But are all nuts created equal? Do they all have the same benefits?
Well, they all offer a good mix of nutrients, but certain types of nuts stand out for specific benefits.
Okay, give me some examples.
Well, almonds are known for their vitamin E content, which is a powerful antioxidant that protects cells from damage. Then you've got walnuts, which are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, particularly ALA.
Ah, those omega-3s again.
Yep, they're everywhere. And then you have Brazil nuts, which are a top source of selenium, a mineral that's important for thyroid function and immune health.
Wow, so much variety in the nut world. The research we looked at highlighted that nuts are great for brain function, but they're also heart healthy. How does that work?
Well, that healthy fats in nuts, particularly monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats, can help to lower LDL cholesterol.
Which is the bad cholesterol, right?
Right. And they can raise HDL cholesterol, which is the good cholesterol.
Okay, so they're helping to balance out those cholesterol levels.
Exactly. And that can significantly reduce the risk of heart disease.
Plus, nuts contain antioxidants that help protect blood vessels from damage, right?
Exactly. So a handful of nuts a day is a great way to support both your heart and your brain.
Makes sense. Now, at number 5, we have a food that's become incredibly popular in recent years. Avocados.
Ah, the beloved avocado. So creamy, so delicious, so nutritious.
Being so versatile, you can put avocado on practically anything.
Right. Toast, salads, smoothies, you name it. But they're more than just a trendy food. Avocados are a nutritional powerhouse.
I've always known they were a good source of healthy fats, but what surprised me was learning that avocados actually help your body absorb nutrients from other vegetables.
Yeah, that's one of their lesser-known superpowers. The healthy fats in avocados can actually enhance the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins like vitamins A, D, E, and K.
Wow, so adding avocado to a salad isn't just about taste, it's actually a smart nutritional strategy.
Exactly. You're getting more bang for your buck with those veggies when you pair them with some avocado.
I love that. All right, at number 4, we have a food that's known for its gut-friendly benefits. Greek yogurt.
Ah, Greek yogurt. It's a fantastic source of probiotics.
Okay, quick refresher. Probiotics are those beneficial bacteria that live in our gut, right?
You got it. And they play a crucial role in digestion and overall health.
We hear a lot about probiotics these days, but why is a healthy gut so important? What's the big deal?
Well, a healthy gut microbiome, that's the community of bacteria in our gut, is linked to all sorts of benefits.
Like what?
Well, everything from better digestion and nutrient absorption to a stronger immune system.
So it's not just about digestion, it's about our overall health.
Exactly. And there's even a growing body of research showing a connection between gut health and mood.
Right, the gut-brain connection. It's fascinating how much we're learning about the intricate ways our bodies work.
Absolutely. And incorporating probiotic-rich foods like Greek yogurt is a simple way to support a healthy gut microbiome.
And Greek yogurt is also packed with protein and calcium. What should we look for when choosing yogurt at the grocery store?
Plain Greek yogurt is the best choice. It's naturally lower in sugar, And you can control the sweetness and flavor by adding your own fresh fruit, honey, or nuts.
Great tips. Okay, number 3 on our list, garlic. I love garlic for its flavor, but I had no idea it was considered a superfood.
Oh, garlic has been used for its medicinal properties for centuries. And modern science is backing up a lot of those traditional uses.
Really? So what makes it so special?
Garlic contains a compound called allicin, which is responsible for its pungent aroma and taste.
Okay, so that's what gives garlic its signature kick. But what does allicin do for our health?
Well, allicin has powerful antimicrobial and antioxidant properties.
So it's like a natural antibiotic and protector against cell damage.
Exactly. Studies have shown that garlic can help to boost the immune system, reduce blood pressure, and even lower the risk of certain types of cancer.
Wow, that's impressive. And it adds so much flavor to dishes. All right, we're getting close to the top spot. At number 2, we have sweet potatoes.
Sweet potatoes. They're not only delicious, but also a nutritional powerhouse.
They're definitely a favorite of mine. I've always heard they're good for your eyes, but what makes them so super?
Well, they're an excellent source of vitamins A and C, fiber, and antioxidants, especially beta-carotene.
Beta-carotene, that's the one that gets converted to vitamin A in the body, right?
Exactly. And vitamin A is essential for healthy vision, but it also plays a role in immune function, cell growth, and skin health.
Oh, wow. So it's not just about our eyes.
Right. And then you have the fiber in sweet potatoes, which is great for supporting healthy digestion and can help regulate blood sugar levels.
And don't forget that vibrant orange color. That's a sign of all those amazing antioxidants.
You got it. Those antioxidants are working hard to protect our cells from damage caused by free radicals, which can contribute to aging and chronic diseases.
So, sweet potatoes are a delicious way to boost our nutrient intake and support overall health. All right, drumroll please. We've reached the number 1 superfood on our list, and it is dark chocolate.
I know, right? It sounds too good to be true, but it's not. Dark chocolate, when consumed in moderation and chosen wisely, can actually offer some amazing health benefits.
This one definitely surprised me, but the research we looked at made a strong case for dark chocolate as a superfood. Tell me, what makes it so special?
Well, dark chocolate, particularly the kind with a high cocoa content, at least 70%, is rich in flavonols.
Flavonols. Remind me what those are again.
They're a type of antioxidant with powerful anti-inflammatory effects. And they're what give dark chocolate its potential heart health benefits.
Ah, so it's those antioxidants at work again. But I have a feeling not all chocolate is created equal.
You're absolutely right. We're not talking about your average sugary milk chocolate bar. To get the benefits, you need to choose dark chocolate with a high percentage of cocoa solids and minimal added sugar.
So quality over quantity when it comes to chocolate.
Exactly. The higher the cocoa content, the more flavonols and the less sugar and unhealthy fats it contains.
Makes sense. What stood out to you from the research on dark chocolate?
Well, there have been several studies showing that regular consumption of dark chocolate can actually improve heart health.
Really? How so?
It can help lower blood pressure, improve blood flow, and reduce LDL cholesterol.
I can't believe something so delicious can be so good for you.
It's pretty amazing. But remember, moderation is key.
Always good advice. Well, before we dive deeper into the world of dark chocolate and the rest of these amazing superfoods, let's take a quick pause to let all of this incredible information sink in. Welcome back, everyone. I don't know about you, but my mind is still blown by the fact that dark chocolate can be a health food.
Right. It really challenges our assumptions about what's considered healthy.
It totally does. But before the break, we were talking about how dark chocolate can actually be good for our hearts.
We were, and it all comes down to those amazing flavonols.
Okay, so let's break that down a bit more. The research mentioned something about dark chocolate improving blood flow. How does that actually work?
Well, it's pretty fascinating, actually. Those flavonols in dark chocolate can stimulate the production of nitric oxide in the body. And nitric oxide is a molecule that helps to relax blood vessels.
So it's like those flavonols are giving our blood vessels a little massage.
Exactly. And when your blood vessels are more relaxed, it lowers blood pressure and improves circulation.
That makes sense. What else can those flavonols do?
Well, they also seem to have a positive impact on cholesterol levels. Some studies have shown that regular dark chocolate consumption can raise HDL cholesterol.
That's the good cholesterol, right?
That's one. And it can lower LDL cholesterol, which is the bad kind.
Wow, so it's really helping to keep things balanced in our cardiovascular system. But you emphasize that it's important to choose dark chocolate wisely. What exactly should we be looking for when we're at the grocery store?
You want to look for dark chocolate with at least 70% cocoa solids.
Yeah.
That's where you're going to get the most flavonols.
Yeah.
And the less sugar and unhealthy fats.
So the higher the percentage of cocoa solids, the better.
Exactly. The darker the chocolate, the better it is for you. Generally speaking, of course.
Makes sense. Now, this whole deep dive has been super fascinating, but let's zoom out for a second. We've been going through this list of top 10 superfoods, but for our listeners out there, what would you say is the key takeaway message?
I think the most important takeaway is that healthy eating doesn't have to be complicated or restrictive. You don't need to follow a super strict diet or cut out all the foods you enjoy.
So it's about finding a balance and making sustainable changes that we can actually stick with.
Exactly. These superfoods are all readily available, and they can easily be incorporated into your everyday meals and snacks.
So instead of overhauling our whole diets, we can start by adding in a few of these superfoods here and there.
Absolutely. Start small.
Okay.
Maybe swap out your usual afternoon snack for a handful of almonds, or add some spinach to your smoothies.
Little changes can make a big difference over time.
They really can. And remember, this list is just a starting point.
Right. We were talking earlier about how any top 10 list like this is subjective. What works for one person might not work for another.
Exactly. Someone with a food allergy or dietary restriction might need to adjust the list.
Yeah.
And even beyond that, there's this whole concept of bio-individuality.
Okay, explain bio-individuality for those who might not be familiar with the term.
Basically, it means that our bodies can react differently to foods based on our genetics, our lifestyle, and all sorts of other factors.
Yeah.
So what works wonders for one person might not have the same effect on someone else.
So it's really important to pay attention to how different foods make you feel.
Exactly. Listen to your body. It's the best guide you have.
I love that. It's about empowering ourselves to make informed choices based on our own individual needs, and realizing that this list of superfoods is just a starting point. There's a whole world of incredible foods out there to explore.
Absolutely. This deep dive has hopefully sparked some curiosity in our listeners to keep learning and discovering new things.
Speaking of discovering new things, you mentioned earlier how the idea of what constitutes a superfood can vary depending on culture. Can you elaborate on that a bit more?
Sure. What might be considered a superfood in one part of the world could be a common everyday ingredient in another part of the world.
That's so interesting. So a superfood isn't necessarily something exotic or rare. It could be something that's been a staple in certain cultures for centuries.
Exactly. For example, turmeric is a spice that's been used in Indian cuisine for thousands of years. And more recently, it's gained popularity in other parts of the world for its powerful anti-inflammatory properties.
So what we consider a superfood can evolve and change over time.
Exactly. And who knows, maybe there are other potential superfoods out there just waiting to be discovered.
That's a great point. Okay, before we wrap up this deep dive, let's do a quick recap of the top 3 superfoods from our list, just as a little reminder for our listeners.
Sounds good. Starting with number 3, we have garlic, a natural powerhouse for boosting immunity, lowering blood pressure, and fighting off infections.
Coming in at number 2 is sweet potatoes. They're packed with vitamins, fiber, and antioxidants, making them a superstar for eye health, digestion, and overall vitality.
And taking the top spot, our surprise winner is dark chocolate. Remember to choose dark chocolate with at least 70% cocoa solids to reap those heart-healthy and brain-boosting benefits.
Love it. Now, before we sign off, I have one final thought for our listeners. We focused on this specific list of superfoods, but what if we challenged that definition a little bit? Could there be other potential superfoods out there that we haven't even considered?
That's such a great question. I think the concept of a superfood is always evolving. What we consider a superfood today could be surpassed by new discoveries tomorrow.
That's exciting. So the quest for the ultimate superfood never really ends.
I don't think so. The world of food and nutrition is constantly changing. There's always something new to learn.
I love that. It's about embracing the journey of discovery and finding what works best for you and your body.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think that about wraps it up for this deep dive.
It does. Thanks to everyone for listening in and joining us on this exploration of superfoods. Until next time. It's amazing how we get so caught up in like all the trendy superfoods.
I know, right?
We forget about those simple foods.
Like the basics, yeah.
Yeah. This deep dive has been a good reminder to go back to those.
Yeah, I think sometimes we overcomplicate things
Oh, yeah.
when really eating a variety of whole, unprocessed foods, that's the key.
And variety, you're so right. Like, it's not just about eating the same things over and over.
Exactly.
It's about getting a mix of everything.
Totally. The more variety, the better.
And it goes back to that thing we were talking about before, bio-individuality.
Oh, yeah.
What works for one person doesn't work for everyone.
Absolutely. No one-size-fits-all approach.
And it's about being mindful of those differences, like we were saying about different cultures.
Oh, yeah. It's fascinating how some foods are staples in one culture.
And then somewhere else, they're like the new superfood.
Totally. Like kimchi.
So, yeah.
I mean, it's been a staple in Korean cuisine forever.
Yeah.
But it's only recently gained all this popularity for gut health.
Yeah, that's so interesting how the idea of a superfood can change.
Right.
And I think it's important to remember, too, that healthy eating, it's not just about physical health.
It's about everything. Mental and emotional well-being, too.
Yeah, what we eat,
Yeah.
it impacts our mood.
Our energy levels, how we feel.
Totally. When we nourish our bodies with good food,
Yeah.
we're also taking care of our minds.
Absolutely.
And our spirits.
I like to think of food as self-care.
Me too, you know.
You know, when you choose foods that make you feel good,
Yeah.
both physically and mentally,
It makes such a difference.
it has a ripple effect.
Totally.
And then let's not forget about the social aspect of food.
Oh, yeah.
Sharing meals with loved ones. Yeah, trying new cuisines.
Exploring different cultures through food.
It's such a rich experience.
Food is so much more than just fuel.
It really is.
It brings people together.
It does.
It brings joy.
It does.
I think this has been a really great deep dive exploring the power of food.
I agree.
And I hope it's encouraged everyone listening to approach their own food choices with a sense of curiosity.
Absolutely. Try new things.
And mindfulness.
Yeah. An adventure.
Adventure. So much good stuff out there to try.
I know.
The world of food and nutrition is full of surprises.
It really is. Keep learning, everyone.
That old saying, let food be thy medicine.
Oh, so true.
It's such a good reminder.
Yeah, powerful stuff.
Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
It's been fun.
Until next time, happy and healthy eating, everyone.
Bye, everyone.